absolutely knew it, you dirty, stinking toe rag!
I've had my suspicions for a while, and that is I'm married to a cheating
I'm really happy, DJ. Pretend that didn't happen.
Stop scrolling. Turkey teeth. Ah, what have they done to me?
Very soon I'm going to be having all of my teeth removed and implants put in.
Come with me to Boots to buy my 7-year-old daughter skincare that she's asked for her birthday. Skincare, guys. 7-year-old is asking for skincare?
I've noticed something. Men are much nicer to me when they see my boobs. If my boobs are out, because I forget I have them, sometimes like, whoa, where do they come from? I have not had a man try and hit it for about 6 months.
Probably going to get a lot of hate for this video, but I have to vent because the mind boggles. So I'm seeing a whole load of things just now about this miss down in Liverpool. I don't know if that's her name. Missy, I think is what she's called. And what Missy is doing is facial surgery, blepharoplasty, facelifts, in the back room of shops, in people's living rooms, like probably the worst places you could get facial surgery she's doing. And people are queuing up. They're falling over themselves to get her details. Obviously she can't advertise because what she's doing is, well, ethically it's wrong, but pretty sure she's not got insurance because she's not licensed. And I've seen people saying in the comments, well, if she's not licensed, what's the risk? And people are going, oh, it's fine. If something happens, you just can't sue her. Now, I'm by no means an expert, but I know the risks. I do aesthetics, and I know the risks just from doing non-surgical treatments. With surgery, facial surgery, even with a plastic surgeon in an operating theatre, you risk permanent nerve damage. You risk paralysis.
Welcome to Blighty Blighted, your daily reminder that in Britain these days, some people are spending a fortune trying to look perfect, while feeling worse than ever. Now then, when did beauty become so expensive? Or perhaps I should ask, when did ordinary people become convinced they weren't good enough? Everywhere you look, cosmetic procedures, lip fillers, Botox, hair extensions, designer eyebrows, turkey teeth, perfect skin, perfect photos, perfect lives. Except, most of it isn't real. It's amazing how many people are trying to look like someone who doesn't actually exist. Then there's the famous turkey teeth. People flying abroad to save money on cosmetic dental work. Some come home delighted. Others, not so much. It's a reminder that when you're making decisions about your health, the cheapest option isn't always the best option. But the part that really saddens me isn't adults making choices for themselves. It's seeing children and very young teenagers worrying about how they look. Girls who should be climbing trees, riding bicycles and laughing with their friends. Instead, feeling they need expensive cosmetics, skincare routines and filters before they're even old enough to leave school.
My horror story. They don't even go all the way back. What is this in my mouth? You can see screws. See gum machining. I didn't pay £7 to have this. And you're right, I didn't. This is only temporary. We're halfway through the stage and we're going to go back later this year and get the permanent ones. They will look like real teeth and I won't have a lisp and I won't be spitting everywhere. And hopefully I'll have a great amazing looking set of teeth. If you're going to Turkey and you want some advice, or you want anything to do with the All on 6, then give me a shout, give me a follow, and I'll help in any way I can. Till then, guys, bye-bye.
Oh, God's honest truth. At what point do you class yourself as a nun? At what point do I go, you know what, this is my fate now. I am, that's it. I'm done. I'm going to get my cats. I'm going to be on my lonesome, which I'm happy with, by the way. There's nothing wrong with that. I feel like you always have to say that in case someone gets offended. Don't get offended. It's not on you. Anyway, yeah. So, yeah, no one's tried to hit this in such a long time that I actually think I wouldn't know how to.
I got my teeth done. They're a little big, but they'll take getting used to. The dentist said if I don't like the size of them, just chop them down with nail clippers.
It turned out the turkey teeth he had always wanted ended up bringing him more problems once he arrived back to the UK.
I've got an infection because of my turkey teeth. Because I knew I had a bad infection because it was bleeding and there was green pus. I had to call 111. The lady said I've got starting off gum disease. She was basically saying that I need to get all my teeth taken out and new ones putting back on. My gums are f***ing going because of these turkey teeth. Does anyone with turkey teeth have problems that I do? And I know what you're going to say. No, I was perfectly fine after it. I had no problems. And I'm just that 1% that has all the problems, don't I? Now I've got a hole in my tooth. The cap's gone. I've swallowed it. You pay all this money. It just doesn't get better.
I'm just in Boots and I'm going to try and find it. I'm looking for a bubble skincare thing. My ultimate favourite smell ever, guys. I'll just spray some up in here. If you're looking for a smell for the summer, 68 is the best. Bit of Kylie maybe? I mean, she's 7, so maybe not Kylie. We've got some Drunk Elephant, but I ain't spending that. Can't see any bubbles anywhere. We're looking for bubble skincare. Yeah, is that a thing? Yeah. We found it, guys. Bubble skincare. Here it is. This is the bubble skincare little set. £30. This little lip balm. £9. So apparently this is also good for that age, Bioma, but she hasn't asked for that. So let's just stick to bubble. Okay, guys, I'm going to go for this. £30 though. Ugh.
Children, parents. This weekend there was a report in the news based on some research done in Milan in Italy, where a dermatologist was asking people from aged 8 to about 14 how much skincare products they were using. Astonishingly, some of these girls in particular were using up to 10 products a day on their face. This is unnecessary. When children really don't need to do much, they need sunscreen on their face. They probably need to wash it off in the evening, and if they're prone to eczema or they've got dry skin, they probably need a moisturizer in the evening too. That's it. You don't need retinoids. It's going to cause harm rather than benefit. You don't need fancy products. You need simple products. Save your money and your children's.
Hello, my darlings. Me and Ziggy are out for our, what do you reckon, 17th walk of the day. Just like walking out and pissing and sniffing stuff. Anyway, I've had a bloody mare, haven't I? I've loved being able to smile for the first time since May last year because of my turkey teeth, but stupidly, me, working class me, thought I could eat some sourdough and not face the consequences, but, well, that'll teach me for thinking I'm above my class. Alright, my loves, how's it going? Gotta laugh, haven't you? I laughed and then I got sad about it, and obviously they're turkey teeth and I ain't going back there, haven't I? Got to find somebody in the UK to do it. I've got no fucking money, so I'm probably gonna have to send back those lovely tracksuits I bought for work. Anyway, sexy, ain't I? Gonna put my new dating profile photo up. Alright, somebody said I could just put a fag in it, fag Ash Lil, which I think's correct. Oh, fuck my life. Anyway, I'm going to talk like this for the rest of my life.
They're so much nice to me, and nice things will happen to me. Like, I'll get the cheeky hello when they walk past me. I'll get they'll open doors for me, buy me a drink. And I'm not asking for these things. These things just happen, and I don't know how to stop it. But yeah, I like to think it's boob privilege. These weird things happen to me when my boobs are on show. Maybe.
Cosmetic orexia is a troubling trend gaining attention from dermatologists and psychologists. It reflects an unhealthy obsession with achieving flawless skin from a young age. While children have always enjoyed mimicking adults, this trend is fueled by social media and its unrealistic beauty standards, particularly affecting young girls. Take Ellie Mae, for example. At just 13 years old, she boasts over 330,000 followers on TikTok, where she shares her multi-step skincare routines and makeup tutorials. She began promoting these routines when she was only 8. Ellie Mae is not alone. Many young girls create Get Ready With Me or after-school skincare videos, discussing their daily plans while applying cosmetics. This trend not only encourages an unhealthy fixation on appearance, but also exposes children to risks. In recent years, the internet has seen the rise of nudify apps, allowing inappropriate access to these young girls in ways they and their families would never approve of. It's time to take action. Get kids off social media.
Probably going to be a little bit of a surprise for him.
He's only a friend. A friend, my... Oh, what? You're just talking, are you? Is it just talking?
We
That's
work
it?
together.
Are you wearing a ring? Are you wearing a ring?
She is my good friend. There's nothing wrong with having a friend.
But her husband would soon somehow make things even worse.
I'm embarrassing myself.
Yes, we're friends.
Do you blame me? Could you imagine what it's like finding your husband with somebody else in a restaurant? 30 years of my life I've given you. Who's paying for this? Oh, by the way, do you know he's still sleeping with me?
If you are...
Do you know he's still sleeping with me? You need to stop. Get a grip.
It's embarrassing.
Remember how old you are, yeah? 60 years of age. I'm surprised you can even get it up anymore. Never mind anything else.
You know I can.
Oh, yeah,
You know I can.
But they weren't alone in the restaurant.
Look at the state of you.
Peeing.
Look, you let yourself go, man.
I've let myself go.
You've let yourself go.
I do not think so, yeah?
Just because you're 60,
All
look
of a
at you.
sudden.
Excuse me, guys. I'm really sorry, but
Excuse me,
have to
what?
escort you out because this is.
You're not escorting me out of anywhere.
But her rage could no longer be contained.
Not me.
Someone needs to leave.
He needs to leave.
She needs to leave. She needs... I was enjoying a meal with my friend.
Good look at you come back, because you're back to be on the street, on the street where you obviously picked hair. Where you obviously picked hair up.
It goes to show, sometimes the truth is far kinder than a lie.
There is a very alarming trend among Gen Z of tanning, indoor and outdoor tanning, and tan maxing outside, which is using the UV index, which is intended to tell you when not to be in direct sunlight. It's usually between the hours of 10 and 2. It depends on where you live and the time of year. They're using it for evil. They're saying, oh, the UV index right now is at an all-time high. I'm going to get outside and fry and get these sexy tan lines that, by the way, are giving Senor Frogs 2001 because I was there and I know. And now I know you're not technically Gen Z, but
I'm the first Gen Z. March 1996 is when Gen Z started, according to me. So continue.
So as the voice of the Gen Z generation, I want you to bring this back to your people.
I will.
My generation had to suffer walking around with streaks, orange streaks, smelling like hot dog water. But we knew we couldn't go outside. The only safe tan is a fake tan.
Yes. And there's so many great products for it now.
Now you just spray. I mean, this is fake. This is a fake tan.
Oh, great.
Thanks. It's easy. It doesn't stink. You don't streak. Why are you going outside?
That's the number one thing dermatologists tell you not to do so that you don't age rapidly.
There's other ways to do it. Go to a tanning salon, wear a bra. Woo! Now you have a tan line. There's other ways to get yourself the look you want without killing yourself. I thought the low-rise jean thing was offensive. Bringing back tanning is just wrong.
This is happening to more and more young girls' skin. 13-year-old Sienna used adult skincare after copying viral skincare videos on social media.
You can see loads of skin just peeling.
She is one of an increasing number of young children using strong anti-aging products as part of a social media trend started by adult creators. They use the hashtag #GetReadyWithMe to show what products they're using. Our investigation has found kids as young as 4 years old using retinoids and chemical toners. Those are products that should not be applied to children's skin due to the damage that they can cause.
It does worry me a lot because parents don't realise how damaging it is.
They see all their favourite TikTokers doing this, using this skincare. It's not fun at all to see your child itching away at her face. All that she did was use a few skincare products that she thought were absolutely safe because it was not telling them otherwise.
Now, dermatologists want warnings on skincare bottles to make the risks clearer for parents and for kids.
And we're seeing this clearly in marketing strategies for anti-aging products for children as young as 4 or 5 in certain products. Packaging is in these sort of beautiful pastel colours. It's very child friendly. We're calling for a light to be shone on some of these marketing techniques which are preying on vulnerable children, and we want product information to have much clearer information when it's not suitable for children.
Kerry Katona's daughter and influencer Heidi said she's had to argue with her young sisters not to use these products.
There should be a massive change in advertisement and marketing because it's like really bright colours and really fun designs, and I'm like, that's childish designs. You are aiming that towards children, but the product itself, the ingredients made from it aren't for children.
And as this trend only grows, dermatologists worry about the impact on society more widely.
And I feel that we are all being used and targeted, and children should be worrying about old skin when they're as young as 5 or 6, which feels quite dystopian.
Advertisers must ensure that their adverts do not include anything that could cause harm to children, and the cosmetic industry says that anti-aging products should not be used on young skin.
So the BBC and The Guardian recently covered what academics and dermatologists are coining cosmetic-orexia. This is an unhealthy obsession with skincare and an unhealthy obsession with achieving flawless skin. I wanted to talk about this not only as a qualified esthetician, but as a content creator. I feel like we all have a lot of responsibility when it comes to young people online and when it comes to everyone. We need to remember that our skin is an organ and we need to prioritize health over the aesthetics. Brands should be committed to making sure that they are marketing responsibly and making sure that the audience that they are targeting is of age. To my fellow creators, we need to be responsible when we are creating videos, making sure that we're not being misleading when it comes to viral hooks, making sure that we're not prioritizing views and the algorithm over being responsible with our audience. For example, my personal commitment is that I do not use filters on any of my videos, and I make sure that I'm being responsible and realistic with my wording when it comes to skincare results. I make sure that I'm not promoting products that I do not believe in, and I'm making sure that I have integrity when I do campaigns and when I partner with brands. To people that have the care of young people, it's also important for you to be as knowledgeable as possible to make sure you're being observant and being responsible when you're also buying these young people those products. To the platforms, more needs to be done. Under no circumstances should you be able to buy prescription drugs like tretinoin and illegal products like bleaching and skin lightening creams on social media platforms. It shouldn't happen. And to young people, skincare and beauty is supposed to feel good. It's supposed to be an addition. It's not supposed to control your life. It's not supposed to rule your life. Your goal should be healthy skin, not flawless skin. And remember that a lot of the things that you're seeing online, they unfortunately just aren't real.
I'm not going to lie, I'm absolutely infuriated with what I've had to see, with what narrative has been pushed out when it comes to non-medical aesthetics practitioners. There are good, bad and the ugly when it comes to this industry, regardless of whether they are a medic or non-medical professional. But referring to beauticians as Instagram injectors is quite frankly outright disrespectful for the hard work that we as aesthetic practitioners put in, the care, the due, the everything. I 100% agree that no one should be advertising prescription-only medication. Those are the rules, and a lot of us adhere to that, but there are a small percentage of people that don't, and that includes medic and non-medic. Why is the narrative being pushed at non-medical professionals in the same capacity as, let's say, someone else in the medical professional who is negligent, who does not care about their client. It should be dealt with on an individual basis. It shouldn't be a case of every person that's a non-medical professional should be tarred with the same brush. I do 100% agree. There should be boundaries and a limit to what someone can do. So when something turns into surgical, absolutely should we all not be doing that. That should be with someone who is trained medically to do that. But when it comes to cosmetic procedures, we are just as trained as anybody else. I'm about to play this clip.
Our concerns tonight that some non-medical practitioners are ignoring regulations in order to market their cosmetic beauty treatments on social media. In the latest of our series of reports into the beauty industry, we look at how some so-called Instagram injectors promote products like Botox that are not supposed to be advertised. A survey by ITV News of beauty clinics in 5 UK locations found that 90% of those questioned were breaking the rules by promoting prescription-only medicines. We spoke to one mother of 4 who described how a facelift she found through social media resulted in what she called 3 years of hell. Ellie Pitt reports.
Katie Loudon is on her way to an appointment she wishes she didn't have to make.
Hello. Hi there.
She's paying for treatments to reverse a previous cosmetic procedure that went wrong 3 years ago.
Yeah, it has. I've never kind of felt comfortable in my own skin. So for me, I kind of wanted to look like everybody else.
Katie decided to have a facelift to try to look younger using injections of facial filler and the wrinkle treatment Botox. But her face swelled and hard growths formed under her skin. At one point, she had tests on a lump that doctors thought could be cancer. A biopsy revealed it was filler that had moved from her face down into her neck. Then she moved her wedding over worries her face would swell on the day.
It's not my confidence. It just made me feel upset, embarrassed. I said, well, I don't want to wake up tomorrow. I don't want to wake up feeling like this.
Now she's having the filler product dissolved to go back to how she looked before the facelift.
So there you have the skin, there you have your bone, and there you have some residual product just there.
What did this look like when Katie first came into you?
In simple terms, it was a complete bot job. The whole face was absolutely riddled with hard, encapsulated lumps. The ongoing chronic inflammation was having an impact.
More and more of Dr. Mohan's clients come to him for corrective work after finding their practitioners on social media.
My newsfeed was full of cosmetic surgery. It was almost like it was coming out of my phone and looking at me and thinking, like, you need this done.
Did seeing social media adverts play a part in your decision? And a business takes their cut of the multi-billion-pound beauty industry. But there are an increasing number of clients who are reporting injuries and complications from the social media practitioners who inject them.
Just a quick thank you off the back of yesterday's video regarding the skincare. I think this is the first time I've ever posted something and not had a single negative. It's just lovely. So thank you. I noticed a lot of people directed me towards this video. Kerry Katona and her daughter Heidi. Good Morning Britain. I think they were amazing. Straight with it. They're just clever. They're just informed. They just know what they're talking about. Heidi was amazing. And, you know, Kerry, be proud. You raised her. Like, she was phenomenal. The only point I'd make is Heidi is obviously 19 and Kerry is a grown woman. So still, we're not listening to the kids who are the ones with the story. Sienna's going to do her own video, but Sienna is calling to Good Morning Britain, ITV, whoever. Bring her on. Bring the kids her age on. Have a chat with them. Because they've got so much insight from their perspective to share with you. And also, if you want kids to listen, you need to have kids speaking to the kids. Kids who've been through it. You know, kids who know what they're dealing with because they've experienced the aftermath, the consequence. So I just wanted to mention a really, really good point that one of the girls made in one of my comments. And it's Savannah. So Savannah said it's accessible. Even as testers and stuff, this skincare is accessible. And that took me back to a point talking about brands market their products in a very child-friendly way, which encourages kids to want to have a play with it. Sav's point was, testers are there and accessible. Brands are marketing their products towards children. Someone responded to say, there is no evidence that brands are doing this. All of these points that I've listened to have brought me to this point, which was triggered by Savannah's comment. Although they're not outwardly saying, kids, come and get this, the implication when a tester is out and available in Boots, in Superdrug, wherever, it's out, it's accessible. There's no label on it saying not for kids under 18. There's no lady stood there saying, how old are you, babe? Oh, I'm afraid you can't try that. So the implication in having those testers out with no label, with no adult, the implication is that it is absolutely fine for kids. I think the implication is that It's accessible to all. You haven't got testers of alcohol out without supervision available to all. You haven't got testers of other products that are not suitable for kids out and accessible. So the implication in having the testers out is that it's open to all. What we know to be fact is that all these skincare products are not open to all. Therefore, that's just one off the top of my head where brands are implying that these products are suitable for all. Because when you just have them out as testers for anyone to try, what's the implication? The implication is that anyone can try. That's just the brief point that I wanted to make. Good morning, Britain. Get your kids on there. Sienna would love the opportunity to come in and chat. She will tell you from a 13-year-old's perspective how it felt, what happened, and how she feels in this world where it's not necessarily clearly labelled that things aren't suitable and the consequence of that. You need to speak to the young ones, and speaking to the adults is great, but that's one perspective. Adults and older teens is that perspective. But if you want to make this reach the ones you're trying to reach the ones that you're trying to protect, speak to the kids. There's plenty of them that want to speak to you. Sienna's absolutely so motivated for this. This is her cause. So yeah, tag ITV, tag Good Morning Britain, tag anyone who is saying, you know, that they're wanting to be part of this topic. We want to see the kids talking. They have mouths. They're confident enough to do it. Let's see the kids on the couch talking about this stuff. If they want to. I'm not saying drag all the kids on there, you know, who don't even want to be there. I'm talking about the kids who want to speak up. Sienna and her two friends, Savannah and Kiki, they are absolutely, anyone who will listen, they're talking about this subject right now. So if you want to hear it from actual young kids growing through this, they're the ones to reach out to. Tag away, people. Let's get ITV, Good Morning Britain, Loose Women, whoever. Let's get them getting our teens talking about it with them. It's fine talking about it amongst yourselves, all the adults. We need to hear it from the kids.
I'm going to be doing a daily video of answering 5 questions per video because I've had a lot of questions regarding my teeth, what I'm having done, how much it's going to cost, etc, etc. So the first question, which I've had quite a lot, is can you actually have implants when you have gums disease? The quick and short answer to that is yes, absolutely. But it obviously also depends on the dentist making sure they have got rid of all the infection and other different little bits of work that they need to do, including bone grafting, because sometimes you have loss of bone in your jaw due to the gums disease. But yes, you can have implants with gums disease. They just need to make sure that all the infection's gone before you have your real teeth or your implants put in. Does that make any sense? You can't just have them took out and your new ones put in. It's a far more complex situation than just having your teeth removed and put back in. Next question is, am I having it done on the NHS? Now, don't get me wrong, if I could get it done on the NHS, it wouldn't bother me, but I'm not. And to be honest, the extent of what I need to have done, I don't even think they do it on the NHS. I am going private. I am going to do a whole separate video of where I'm going, how much it's going to cost, and exactly what the plan is to have done. The only thing I will advise is that do your research to wherever you're going. Now, luckily, where I'm going, one of my closest friends, she's become a closest friend, has just recently had hers done there. She knows people that has had it done there, which is why she went there, and the work is absolutely incredible. But the short answer, no, I'm not having it done on the NHS. I'm paying for it privately. The next question is, do I have receding gums? And again, I'm trying to keep my answers short, but I'm also trying to be informative as well. But yes, I definitely have receding gums. Now, this next bit ties in with another question. Well, it wasn't a question, it was a comment of, I'm 100% embarrassed of my own teeth. There will become a time when I will show you the extent of damage to my teeth and my receding gum lines and all the negative shite that's going on in my mouth. But I feel like I'll only do that after I've got my new teeth in, so I won't have anything to be embarrassed about. Does that make sense? Because at the end of the day, I know damn well that we shouldn't be embarrassed of our teeth. We shouldn't be embarrassed of our smile, because there is so many reasons why people lose their teeth and have gums disease anyway. And then the last most common question I get is, can you post how much it's going to cost? Now again, I'm going to do a separate video on that, but I'll just give you a quick answer now, because it all depends on what treatment you have, what you have to have done on your teeth. So just to break it down quickly, I'm having to go on 2 visits. I'm going to have my teeth removed. I'll do a separate video, but I have to go once, and then 6 months later I have to go back. On the first visit, I'm looking at roughly £3,500, and then depending on what work I have to have done on my teeth depends on how much I have to pay on that second visit. But please keep sending your questions in. Some people are privately messaging them to me, and some people are commenting them to me. I will keep your names out, as I have done in this video. I will keep you anonymous. Ask away as much as you want, and I will do a daily video of answering your questions in every single video. So I hope that's helped.
So I have just come home from probably one of the most embarrassing and traumatic experiences of my life. So recently I've been feeling a little bit like low in myself, like I just know that I can do better, so I've been trying to have a glow up, and one of these things that I wanted to improve was my skin. So you can't actually see now, but it's just like, I used to have really good skin and now I don't. Anyway, I was Googling about like what facials there is, like what's out there. Obviously it's all changed since I did my beauty training. And one that I like the look of was a hydrofacial. So I searched what salons do this facial near me. I found a really good salon, but it did so much stuff. Like there was aesthetic treatments, there was massage, there was beauty, there was like medical treatments. Like there was a lot. So bearing in mind, I'm making this appointment at like 1 o'clock in the morning, just before I'm about to go to bed. I'm not really like with it. I always do stuff like that. I'm very spontaneous. So I'm looking through the like 200 treatment list on the booking website, and I click on what I think says hydrofacial, and then you just literally click a button and then it books it for you and it's done. And that appointment was today at 3 o'clock. So I get to the salon, and the woman who greets me, she's really nice, like super lovely woman. And the thing that I notice about her, because obviously I'm in the industry, is she's wearing like what a nurse or a doctor would wear. Like she's fully medically dressed as if she works in a hospital. And I was thinking, okay, that's like very, very professional and sanitized and like good. But because I'm in the industry as well, I thought like that is like really going for it. Anyways, she takes me through this room, and this room in itself is very clinical. Like everything's quite white, everything's covered in bedroll, there's like sanitizer and stuff everywhere. And I'm thinking, okay, they really take like cleanliness seriously here, which is obviously great. And then she sits me down, she does like the whole small talk thing, and then she passes me this like 5-page consultation form. And if you're in the industry, or if you've ever been to like a facial or a massage before, you do get a consultation form, but it's never this thorough. It was asking me questions like, how many bowel movements do I have in a day, what I eat, like how much protein do I eat. There was just a lot. There was just a lot to go through. And I thought, okay, maybe this has something to do with my skin. So I fill out this form. It takes me like 10 minutes to just fill the form out. And then she comes back in and she's like, okay, I'm just going to explain the treatment to you. Obviously, it can be uncomfortable, but if at any point you want to stop, just let me know. And I'm like, what do you mean? It's a facial. It's supposed to be relaxing. And then she goes through the steps of the treatment, and she says, you lift your legs up, I put the tube in, and then she puts water through the tube, and then the like hydrotherapy begins. And it's at this point I think, oh, I'm not getting a facial, I've booked a colonic. And I think on their website it was listed as like colon hydrotherapy, but I've obviously seen the hydrotherapy and just thought, yeah, that'll do, in like my 1 o'clock 1 a.m. days and just booked it. And I was thinking, oh shit, I'm about to get a colonic. And anyone who's ever had a colonic or knows what it consists of, I can tell you from experience, it's not what you want to be doing when you think you should be relaxing on your Saturday afternoon. And because I'm so awkward and just stupid, I didn't say, actually, really nice lady who's about to shove a tube up my arse, I don't want a colonic, I want a facial. I just was like, okay, fine. And I actually thought in my head, Ames, maybe this is a blessing in disguise because you've been putting on a lot of weight recently. This might sort you out. And I was thinking, shit, like I was really frightened. I was really scared. And she says to me, like, take your bottom half off, get on the bed, put the towel over you and lift your legs up. And I was like, okay. And I just did it. I got on the bed, I took my trousers off and I lifted my legs up. And then she came back in the room and she was like popping her gloves on. Like she was about to perform like fucking heart surgery on me. Oh God. And then she's like, okay, you're going to feel the tube going in now. Just let me know if you feel uncomfortable. And I'm like, okay. And I mean, she must have put like a lot of lube on it. It slipped straight in. It actually didn't hurt at all. It feels weird. The only way I can describe it is it feels like you've got like a poo coming out and it's just not coming out. Like it's just stuck there. And then she's like, all right, you're going to feel like it's cold. You might get a cramp. You're going to feel it like splashing around. Don't like push, don't tense. Just like let it go. And I was like, okay. And honestly, I was fighting for my life. Like I was dying in there. This poor woman, bearing in mind, has no idea I think I've booked a facial. So I'm there literally crying with my face against the wall. She actually gives me a stress ball to squeeze as well because that's how not very nice it feels. And she starts it and she's looking in the tube going, oh, I can see like bubbles, which means that you've got a lot of like, I'm sure she said like something carbonated, and I don't know, she was saying like maybe sugar or something. She was like, oh, you must have a very sugary diet, this is going to be really good for you, this is going to stop your bloating. And the more she does it, the more that my stomach is like feeling better, and I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I've lost a stone. Anyway, while this tube full of like water is splashing literally up my bum, she's chatting about like her dogs, her...
When I was young, children wanted football boots or a bicycle. Now some want anti-aging cream before they've even grown up. And I can't help wondering, where are the adults? Parents have an important job, not to make children feel perfect, but to help them understand they don't have to be. Confidence should come before cosmetics, character before contouring, kindness before appearances. Part of the problem, I think, is that young people are comparing themselves with edited photographs and carefully curated social media feeds. If you compare your real life to someone else's highlight reel, you'll almost always come off worse. That's a trap. Back in my day, if someone edited your photograph, it meant they'd cut your head off by accident with the scissors. Beauty has always mattered to some extent. There's nothing wrong with taking pride in your appearance. But when appearance becomes a source of constant anxiety, pressure, and debt, perhaps we've lost our way. Because the most attractive qualities I've found in 90-odd years aren't bought in a clinic or found in a bottle. They're confidence, good humor, kindness, honesty, and the ability to laugh at yourself. Cheerio. And remember, wrinkles are free, but so is a smile, and it's usually much better value.